Welcome back to episode 2. In this episode, we'll be going over how to add authentication to your static website. In the last episode, we went over deploying a static website to Azure and then also deploying an API with Azure Functions. I recommend going and checking that out before you getting started on this video. So for this video, we'll be using GitHub to add authentication to our website and directing users to log in with their GitHub account, and then they'll receive an authentication token that we can use to verify their actions to use our website and API. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and jump into it. Like always, I provided a markdown file with basic instructions on what to do. And this one, I also provide a Microsoft link on some of the settings and extra stuff you can do. And there's also a documentation on how they set this up and tutorials in here as well. So the first things first, we're going to go ahead and create a new file in our front end directory. Go ahead and name it staticwebapp.config.json. And we'll go ahead and copy all this code in here. What this is this defines that our routes will be all authenticated. So every route will be authenticated. And by default, it will throw a 401 message when they're not authenticated, and we will redirect them to GitHub login to log in. And then we're going to be using these credentials to kind of verify and direct them in the right place, so GitHub knows how to verify their account with our application. So go ahead and copy that in here, save, and then push this. So just adding a message real quick, and then go ahead and so I'll go ahead and open Chrome and navigate to GitHub. And we can go to our repository and then just double check to make sure that that is running. Perfect. What we can do now is go to step 2 of our markdown. So we're going to open up GitHub, which we already did. Navigate to our profile and then go to the settings tab. From here, we're going to go to bottom. We're going to select developer settings and then select OAuth. For now, we're on step 5. We're going to select new OAuth app. And then go ahead and name the application. We will also need a we're going to need this URL of our static web app. So you guys can go to the Azure portal, navigate to your static web app. That's great. And then go ahead and copy this in here. For the callback, we'll do the same thing and then add these ending. So /authentication/login/GitHub/callback. We'll go ahead and register this application. From here, we'll copy this client ID. And we're going to go back to Azure portal here. And we're going to start on step 1. And we're going to go to Azure portal, locate our static web app, go to environment variables. A little bigger for you guys. Go ahead, press environment variables, press add, and then go ahead and paste these variables in here. I'm going to paste the secret first, and go ahead and copy the variable name. Press apply. Go ahead and add another. Copy, paste in there. I'm going to go back to my authentication, generate a secret, enter my password, copy, paste, apply. Make sure you press apply at the end here again to apply your settings. Sweet. If we go to overview, we go back to GitHub. We can go back to our repository, go to our example website, make sure this is deployed. We can go back to Azure, go to our example website, And now that we see, when we try to navigate to our website link, it automatically directs us to GitHub to authenticate our app. And then because we're running it for the first time, it'll ask us to grant consent to this application. And now we're logged in. If I were to go to an incognito tab here, you'll see that the flow is a little different because I'm on this browser, I was already logged into GitHub. So on this one, I'm navigating to the website for the first time. It'll direct me to GitHub to log into my account, and then I'll grant access to that static web app the same way you just saw. So there you have it, adding authentication with GitHub login to your front end and API on static web apps.